All right, everyone, here we go with an Is This You reading. This is very interesting. I pulled a pre-shuffle here. I asked the universe, give me somebody watching. Could be a lot of somebodies. I suspect it is. Maybe the specifics are only for one or two people, but generally speaking, it's one of those readings. So this could also be future influence for you. So again, is this you? Well, I don't know. It's a general reading. It may or may not resonate. That's very true. But it could be one thing I say that helps you out in some other facet in your life. I don't know. It's the universe talking, not me. I just go with it. But if you're here for a reason. This reading is timeless. Whenever you find it, you're meant to find it. Okay. At random, I was going to use the light seer, the little light seer deck to clarify. It's really funny that randomly at the bottom is the Page of Cups and the Emperor. You'll find out why that's really cool in a moment. Right? In the pre-shuffle. Someone who rejected you, or it could be someone who you think might reject you. It could go either way. But I'm going to focus on someone who rejected you because I know what's going on in the soulmate cycle right now, especially with Venus in Cancer, right? Someone who rejected you is showing the motherfuck up. Okay? I'm going to phrase it like that for a reason. All right? Showing up. Or if it's someone you think will reject you, they don't. Like some kind of phoenix rising energy coming off of this judgment card across of this Four of Cups. Second chance energy, resurrection, all that kind of stuff. It's liberating to some degree. All right? They might be doing it to liberate themselves, which is likely the case in the soulmate cycle. But it's liberating for you. It makes up for this in some way. Here's the Emperor. Right, I showed you randomly at the bottom here, the Emperor coming in, little Page of Cups, right? Wanting another chance, maybe a little apology. I get that. But slow your roll. Four of Pentacles, bookending the Four of Cups. There's a but attached to this, and it's a huge but, right? Like that song, I like big butts and I don't know why, right? It's like that. Except I don't know why yet. I don't like this big butt. But slow your roll a little bit. Hold back. It's a miser energy coming off of this. Misers are reluctant to spend all the money they've got. Okay? Underneath that is Six Swords. Again, slow your roll. Before you... this is a bit of smoothing things out, but it's also an energy of glazing things over a little bit. So anyway, I think for most of you this involves the soulmate cycle. Somebody who once rejected is showing up. It's very liberating. It's the Emperor, right? It's still kind of a Burger King out of balance energy here. You're being encouraged to slow your roll. Okay, there's a but attached to this. So you're about to get what you want, maybe, or someone you want. If it's someone new, it could be for some of you. Like I said, it could be someone you think is going to reject you, or think won't care that you exist, or think doesn't care that you exist, but they actually do. All right? But it's in reference to the soulmate cycle. It's the goddamn runner showing up. All right? And that's happening for a good number of you in the current energies. No doubt about it. But it's one of those things, it's a bit of a careful what you wish for because you just might get it type of energy. And I want to see what the universe wants to tell you. Right? We don't do these Is This You readings for nothing. Let's see. Let's do 3 cards and a bottom card. I'll clarify what I need to. See what the universe wants to talk about in relation to that Emperor showing up, which I've got in both decks, randomly in this one. Unreal. Just picked it up, and those 2 were at the bottom. That's my theme song. All right, here we go. You ready? All right, I'm ready. Can't shuffle no more. Bottom card. 6 Wands. Nice. It's a nice energy. It's victory after a long battle energy. All right? So again, you either it's someone new who you think is apathetic towards you. It's like, whatever, you know. But they're not. Or it's the runner. All right? I'm not pulling on the soulmate cycle here, so this can go either way. You got to take what resonates and discard what doesn't. It's victory after a long battle energy. What does that mean? When that specific frequency comes off of this card, when it's a medium for that, it means you've already dead, done, buried this thing, or convinced yourself someone's not going to be interested, or someone's not showing up, and you've got a whole grave made for them, and all of a sudden they come prancing back into town. Queen of Pentacles fueling that, by the way. And that's my little page coming back into town. This will be crossing the center card I pulled. We got to find out what this big butt is. Let's take a look at it. Little proctology reading here. Eight of Swords. The Lovers. Yep, they coming. Love geese in the air. Base energy. Lovers. Yep. I don't know what this Eight of Swords is yet. Why is the Eight of Swords here? What's going on? These two are red together. These are red center, left, right. That's the base energy. Okay. Seven Swords. Slow your roll. There's something going on here. It's deception. It's also a kickback. 8 to the 7. Slow. It equals an energy of exactly what we got in the pre-shuffle of slow your roll. There's something here. Something ain't right. Something doesn't smell right. All right. What's going on here? You know, I got a lot of experience reading energy and throwing cards. I'm just going to give you an example of how this might show up. Okay? And I'm not saying it's your person. It's what's going to happen. All right? It's just an example. But I have had this type of energy here before. It's usually, be careful. Pay attention to not only what someone says, but how they say it. But it's an energy where someone shows back up and, you know, it's because you've got something for them. And that kind of came up a little bit with that King of Swords that you kept reflecting, that the DF side kept reflecting as. Everybody thinks the King of Swords can fix everything, can do everything, that kind of thing. There's some sort of ulterior motive, is what I'm saying here. All right? There's someone showing up. It does liberate you from a feeling of 4 cups, from some sadness, from all that, but there is a but. Okay, and this whole thing backs it up. We're going to clarify with the light seer. All right, let's pull on the Lovers. Let's pull on the Lovers. I think this is a lot of you. Okay, and again, it's not that it's anything nefarious for a good number of you. Some of you, and I know you're out there, have put your runner on some kind of emotional pedestal. It's a little bit of that energy of never meet your heroes. Right? It's that kind of thing. You know, you think your heroes are all great and terrific and everything, but, you know, the reality of their life or the reality of the person can sometimes be disappointing. You know, they might be a little narcissistic, they might be this or that, or they might just be boring, right? You know. All right, let's go. Let's see about this Lovers. I don't know, but you can see the cards. That's deception. Backs up the pre-shuffle. This slow your roll. Hold back. Don't be so quick to fall for somebody's snow job. You know. All right. What's going on here? I'm still shuffling. What the hell, universe? Let's go. Yeah, the Lovers is crossed by the 6 of Cups. You don't get any more there coming than that. It's also a very powerful soul connection. They're drawn to you right now under the current energy. Drawn to you. This could be someone new, like I said. Someone you have no idea is even freaking interested in you. It can be. But I'm really picking up a big, deep soul connection here. And I don't think, with the energy that's here, I don't think you're going to have a problem figuring out who this is. Someone from the past is showing back up. But why? But. That's that big but. It's but why. What's on top here? The Knight of Wands. You see? Never meet your heroes. Never put anybody on a pedestal. You know, don't do it. It's not worth it. Some people, I've got people that have written into me that think I'm like, you know, living some kind of weird sorcerer life and I have all this and all these magical things. I do tell stories from my past and stuff, but those are spread out over a quarter of a century. You know, most of my day is the same as everyone else's. I got laundry to do later today. That's exciting. You know, woohoo. You know, this is emotional immaturity. This is my party girl's big sister here in this deck. She's been going to parties, hanging out at parties she should have stopped going to 15, 20 years ago, right? She's pushing 40 here, hanging out at the frat house. You can't be doing that. Yeah, yeah, there's just something here, something very in and out about it. Something, it comes in and it goes out as fast as it comes in. It's a very in and out energy. What's going on here? This center card is red with the 6 of Cups. Maybe we'll get something. Yeah, 8 Wands, they come in. The universe just wants to warn you that someone's returning. But it might be someone that you have a different view of. In other words, this person could show up, whoever this is, your runner or someone new that you don't think likes you, but they do, and you go on a date with them and you see, wow, why did I ever like this person? It's that kind of energy, okay? It's just that kind of energy. The universe is adamant here that they're showing, adamant that they're showing up. What's red with the Knight of Wands? The Hanged Man. That's someone, that's an Exodus energy. That's someone who comes out of the Hanged Man very fast, okay? It's someone who you might have a new perspective on. And what did I just get done saying? I described a scenario where someone likes you, you know, you didn't know they liked you, but they do. You go on a date, you're all excited, get a new outfit, some fancy shoes, right? You go and you have dinner with them, and they're just a disappointment. They're just like, you know, talking to, dude, man, you know, you think they got their shit together and they're all awesome, and they're sitting there at the table talking about stupid shit like a 14-year-old boy would talk about. You know, nonsense. Got a new skateboard today, man. It's, you know, it's this kind of stuff. Stuff. Is that a word? Stuff? Yeah, it is. So, again, they're coming, but it's not what you, I think it's they're not what you think. Okay? You might have a whole new perspective on this person after you have a conversation with them. All right. Yeah. You want proof? Again, fuel in the 6 of Cups is the World. The most powerful card I can pull. Yeah, they're showing up. But the energy is different now. You're different. Whoever I'm pulling for here, and I think it's a good number of you, have grown your frequency. You've raised your frequency. What the kids like to say, raise your vibration. I don't know. This just seems this seems like a disappointment. Like you thought they were better than they were. And we have a tendency to do that in deep soul connections. It's very easy to put someone on an emotional pedestal, and you shouldn't do that. That's why you should remain neutral for outcomes. All right, so we get what the universe is saying. We get verification. They're definitely coming. 8 of Wands red with the 6 of Cups. Hangman here on this, though. This is that new perspective. Now, however that plays out, I can only give examples. I gave my at dinner example. I don't think that's probably how it's going to go for most of you. But I've known plenty of people that I run into them and I haven't seen them for a long time, and I remember them a certain way, and then I run into them and I'm like, God, either they haven't changed and I have, or they're just not as cool as I thought they were, or maybe not as hot. You know, it can be like that too. Some sort of energy has changed. The energy dynamic has changed within the connection, right? It's almost like they blew, it's almost an energy of they blew you off, so now you have the power to blow them off, right? It's that kind of thing. All right, let's do it. 8 swords. All right, 8 swords. Don't be confused by it. You're getting this information in advance. The universe is giving you this as a warning. You know, these is this you readings, you know, are just me. It's just like that whole talk to the universe section of my regular reading. That's all it is. All right, let's see. So yeah, a lot of incoming energy here, but it's a little offering you a new perspective, which might put you in this. Or maybe that's them. I don't know yet. What's going on with the 8 swords? Why is 8 swords here? Why? Oh, yeah, slow, yo. Hold on there, little sister or brother. Right there. It's 7 pentacles. It's just, the energy is different. It's like a divine timing energy. It's like a harvest time, that the energy is right for something to happen. But it's, oh God, how do I phrase this? It's almost like time travel in a way. It's like the energy is right for these two energies to come together, but your energy is completely different. You're in a different place. It's a bit like he left the fruit on the vine a little too long. You're supposed to ship the fruit right before it's ripe, not while it's ripe. If you ship it while it's ripe, by the time it gets to the grocery store, it's rotten, or it rots pretty quickly. All right. What's on top? 9 Pentacles. It's not what you thought it was. And it might send you an 8 Swords. You might start thinking. Stop it. Center card, red with the 7 of Pentacles. Yeah, the 4 of Wands. This is the Talking Heads. Remember their song? This is not my beautiful house. This is not my beautiful life. Right? All that kind of thing. Letting the days, water flowing, all that kind of stuff. It's that song. It's very confusing. Oh wait, I thought when they came in, we'd be 4 Wands and road to 10 Pentacles, all that stuff. Yeah, it does liberate you in some way, but in another way, it's very confusing. It's not what you thought it was. What's red with the 9 Pentacles? The High Priestess. There it is. There's the emotional pedestal. Now again, that's specific. Some of you, a few, right, a handful in the 20,000 or 15,000 people that'll watch this reading, maybe 5,000 people, have put their person on some kind of emotional pedestal. You think when they show up, you could pick up where you left off and whatever. You can't. You're different. Everybody changes, right? Well, people don't change, they adapt. But your energy has changed. The energy has changed. Yeah. Okay. Again, you form a new opinion. Now we get to them. Enough about you. 7 Swords. Let's pull on it. Why is the 7 Swords here? It's mild devil energy. Why is this confusing? What's the deception here? What sends my viewer into 8 Swords? What makes my viewer go, what the fuck? I thought you were better than this, right? Because they're definitely showing up. 8 Wands right there, red with 6 Cups. Okay. All right. It's not what you thought it was. Don't let this happen to you. 8 Swords. You're getting this. If you're here, and not everybody in the world is here. Not everybody in the soulmate cycle is here. It's just a small amount of you. And you're getting the data, right? So don't get it 8 Swords. Laugh. Chuckle. Laugh it off. Say to yourself, lean back in your chair and say to yourself, oh, that fucking Steve. He was so right. God, that son of a bitch. Right? Call me a son of a bitch. I don't care. It's fine. All right. 7 Swords. Let's talk about so what is this deception? What's the but? I don't like big butts, and I do know why. In this case, I don't like big butts in my readings. Not for you guys, but I do know why. And that's why I'm having to shuffle so much. Yep. Look at this. Why am I your second favorite anyway? You see what I just did? Why is the deception here? Crossing it is Fakey McFakerman, Queen of Wands, ladies and gentlemen. These runners show up like this all the goddamn time. King of Wands, Queen of Wands, wall of pretense, nonsense. Somebody, again, it's immature. It's this right here. Okay? It's just, I hate Queen of Wands people. Oh, they drive me crazy. I should say dislike. The word hate is terrible. You shouldn't hate anything or anyone. But this energy with the Queen of Wands with the 7 of Swords, these are two great tastes that taste great together in a negative sense. It's the Reese's Peanut Butter Cup of energies here. It's just, this is the Queen of Wands lives in this energy of deception, hiding true feelings, right? Oh, when the deck wants to break. Oh, yeah. 3 Wands. So look at that. Whenever the deck wants to break, you allow it to happen. Look what's showing, and it's even a color match. 3 Wands. Somebody here sees you as some kind of, it's what I said before. It's an ulterior motive. Maybe you got a bunch of money and somebody needs their car fixed, and they conveniently think, oh yeah, I could go with them, right? Yeah, I mean, that's just an example, but it's somebody sees you as their new opportunity, if you will. Okay? They're doing it for themselves for some reason. What's on top here? And it's like that too. We had that Page of Cups, my little boy in the Star Trek uniform, right? You always see it all the time. It plays out in movies. It's just an example. I'm not saying this is how it plays out. I'm just trying to explain the energy to you. You see it in movies all the time, like the hot person dates the geeky person for a reason. You know, they want the math homework done for them or something along those lines. It's like that. What's on top here? 7 cups. I don't know why that's here. I do, but I don't want to open my mouth yet. What's the center card? Red with the Queen of Wands. I want to see what's red with that in a moment. Page of Swords. Yeah, it's all very immature. It's just immature. There's something. This person is not emotionally. You're farther up the food chain than this person. I think it alleviates a prior disappointment that they ran from you, but you might get in your head because it's not what you expected. And maybe some of you, and I say maybe lightly, have put this person on a bit of an emotional pedestal, and really they're just a little page, right? But what's interesting, you may get verification that they've been watching you, though, in part. Just talking to you for a moment, moving away from this energy. You may get verification that they've been watching you because they seem to know things about you, which can be confusing in and of itself as well. What's red with 7 cups? I wanted to talk about that. Yeah, 8 pentacles. Somebody's got an ulterior. I knew it. You're the red one, right? But he's still pointing at all this stuff over here. Somebody wants something. Somebody wants something that you can. We got that energy from the King of Swords. That's been coming up a lot. We've been talking about it. I believe I did a 3 card where we talked about your energy was the King of Swords, and I think it came up somewhere else too. Okay. And everybody wants something. They want something. You've got something they want. I don't know what it is. It has something to do with, really has a lot to do with pentacles. I don't know what this is. I'm going to have to freaking take it a step further and grab the witches. Tell me more. It just keeps coming up this way. What else? What else you want to tell everyone? Give me 3 cards and a crossing card from the witches. Tell me about this. Okay? What's going on here? It could be somebody still holding on to something, wanting their cake and eat it too. We see that in readings quite a bit. The real takeaway from this reading is somebody's coming in. It's as close to a guarantee in the energy as I can give you based on this center row, the base energy. Over here as you go, and we see it here too, that there's a bit of a, you're not who I thought you were kind of energy. And we see it over here where it's liberating but confusing at the same time. It's not your 4 of Wands that you know, again, but we have a soul connection, but we have this very confused High Priestess energy. All right? This is why the advice over here would probably be to be your own best friend and always be your own best friend. Stay true to yourself. Stay true to your energy. Be sure you don't lower your vibration for this, because this is very low vibration coming towards you. All right? Not ultra low, but low enough. Ulterior motive here. Somebody's coming in, but give me 3 cards and a bottom card, witches. Yeah. All right. 3. I said, I'm pulling on this. There's some sort of 3 swords. Maybe they think you can help them with that pain. But it's bringing pain too. This is both an outgoing and an incoming energy. I get that a little bit off of them being the Knight of Wands too. Here he is. The King of Wands, the Burger King. King of self-serving. I told you that Emperor was out of balance from the pre-shuffle. The King of self-serving. Got to have it their way. Right? Why? What else? 9 of Pentacles again. We keep getting that. Look, at the end of the day, I'm going to talk about them in a second. I'm going to talk about you. It does liberate you. When this person shows up, for whoever I'm pulling on here, and again, this could be future influence as somebody that you like that doesn't think likes you, and all of a sudden they like you. That's fishy. Right? It's a little bit of a red flag. Okay? All that aside. It does liberate you from your pain. It can be quite liberating to find out someone you've been pining for and obsessing over, again, meeting your hero in that kind of speak, isn't quite who you thought they were. Isn't quite what you thought. And that's kind of what this is saying. Now, from their side, they want to liberate themselves from some kind of three swords, some kind of pain. It could be guilt that they have for running, for whatever. It's someone who's coming in, they show up, and they don't really tell you how they feel or why they're there, but maybe they want something. You watch what they say. Are they talking about themselves a lot? Like you might be confused. This can all play out as someone comes in and you don't even get a word in edgewise. They ask, so how are you? And the minute you start to talk, they just go on and talk about themselves for forever. Never shut up. Oh, good Lord. I've had that happen. I live in the narcissist capital of the world. Why is the King of Wands? What's red with the King of Wands? The Hierophant. Why is the Hierophant here? I'm going to clarify. Why is the Hierophant here? Before I open my big mouth. It's a self-righteous energy. It ties to what I already said. But why is it here? Self-serving, self-motivating, self-whatever. And you shouldn't be disappointed. You won't end this disappointed. At worst, you'll be in your head. All right, this is fine. It's coming. It's showing up. This energy showing up to liberate you from something that's holding you back on some level. You know, it's one of those. Well, it's good that I know, sort of an energies. All right, but I want to see about the Hierophant here, just for fun. Why is it here? Yeah. It's a lot of self-righteousness when I see this. It's crossed by 10 cups. It's somebody, because this is a selfish energy, it's somebody wanting to make themselves happy because deep down they're horribly unhappy. Which is probably why they ran from you in the first place, or why they act the way they do if it's somebody new. Okay? I don't. This is a whole lot of fairyland type energy here on this 10 of Cups. What's on top? Yeah, the Magician. It's a whole lot. It's all smoke and mirrors. Well, they want to transform something. Yeah, there is guilt here. I felt that around that. What's red with the Hierophant? 10 Pentacles. This person might still be married. Okay, it might be secretly coming to meet you. I got that a little bit off the page, my little spying Page of Swords here, right? Covert kind of a thing. They might still be married. They might tell you they want to marry you. It's possible. Okay, I see the Four of Wands here, but it doesn't feel right. Something doesn't feel right about it. Okay, it's a whole lot of smoke and mirrors, and the King of Wands will tell you whatever they need to tell you to get in your pants or get what they want. Okay? So, it's very self-righteous energy. So, again, don't get in 8 swords about this. Don't. Don't ever put anybody on a pedestal. No matter how you feel about them. Everybody's got flaws. Everybody's got whatever. That's why a lot of marriages end. People think that the honeymoon is going to last forever. It's going to be terrific. You know, it's not. You got to see someone get sick. You got to do laundry. You got to do basic everyday things. You know, God Lord, the romance of the honeymoon disappears very quickly. You know, it really does. But at the end of the day, if it's a solid relationship with somebody who's not this, it can last. So again, this could play out a lot of different ways. Somebody could already be married and hiding that. They might lie. King of Wands lies. I got lies here with the 7 swords. Queen of Wands lies too. Right? They might lie and say that it's over. I'm leaving them. It could play out 100 different ways. All I'm saying is, if this is you, somebody's about to show up out of nowhere. Okay? Could be that. It's probably that runner soulmate for most of you. Don't let it get in your head. If it doesn't feel right, it's not right. If something feels off, the universe says something's off. Okay? Somebody wants to soothe their own 3 of Swords. It can soothe yours too, whether they're involved in that soothing or not. Okay? Seeing somebody in a realistic light. That's this Hangman read with this Knight of Wands. Seeing somebody in a realistic light is very liberating. It can be. You know, it can help you, and it can attract a lot of new things to you as well. Again, it is what it is. But that King of Wands, yeah, it's very self-righteous energy, red with the Hierophant. Somebody might be married and hiding it, or they might tell you that they want this Ten of Pentacles with you, but this energy isn't ready for that. It's a very self-serving energy. So that's what I got. That's what it is. So yeah, somebody's coming in. And I'd love to paint you a roses and rainbow unicorn reading, but that's not life, is it? That's not reality. This is, if you read cards, read energy, honestly. There's a lot of you know, yin and yang within it. And that's it. We've got that here. But how you react to it, I think what the universe wants to prevent is you getting in this 8 swords. So let me, before we go, get some randomly at the bottom, slow your roll, four of Pentacles from the little animal deck. Let me see what else the universe wants to tell you with any advice for you with one card and a bottom card. All right, besides slow your roll. Let's see. Anything else you want to tell the viewer here, universe? Anything else? It's a bit of a, with that 10 of Cups we had earlier, it's a bit of all that glitters isn't gold. You know, it's a little bit of that. And you should always remember that, right? Let's see. Yeah. Look, all that shuffling, it's now on the top. Slow your roll, hold back, miser energy, right? Hold back. At the bottom of the deck is 10 wands fueled by 2 wands. Okay, again, slow down. All right, don't let this, the universe just does not want you to get in 8 swords about this. It doesn't. Just flow with the energy nicely. If you don't, okay, it's going to create a lot of stress for you. You're going to actually take in all the, because they're generating a lot of stress. They're coming with stress energy, I should say. Okay? So be sure you don't absorb that. Be sure you block that. Knowing this, having this information in advance. All right? And for most of you, this is the case. If you think that these runners are going to show up and all of a sudden have gone on a dark night of the soul and be completely different, and you're absolutely delusional in most cases. This is a very, very, very difficult soulmate cycle. All right? It really is. The world right now is difficult for relationships anyway. We've become so distant because of the internet. I blame the internet for a lot. But we become very distant and that causes us to be very self-focused, right? Because internet interaction isn't the same as in person. So it's a bit of that. So again, don't pick up on any of that. Don't get in 8 swords. What else is on top here? Just, yeah, there's that 7 pentacles again. And there's the death card of transformation. Either way, the timing is right for you to transform, for you to see. Okay? You'll see more clearly, you know, how far you've come, and we get that a lot for you. You'll get that juxtaposition, contrast kind of a thing going on. It's really all the universe wants to say. That's really all I got here. If you're waiting for somebody to show up, you definitely have that happening. All right, you definitely do. But don't be delusional about it. Your runners come up as King and Queen of Wands every fucking time, pretty much. Every fucking time I pull a reading. Okay, this time they came up as Queen of Wands, King of Wands, and an out of balance Emperor. They come up with these every time. That's not a coincidence. We're way beyond even if coincidences existed, we're way beyond coincidence here. All right, there's no reason. These cards aren't heavier than the other cards, so they come out a lot. They're not bigger than the other cards, so they come out a lot. There's no reason for it. And it doesn't matter what deck you pull, even if it's a brand new deck I'm breaking in. There they are. King and Queen of Wands. So, definitely have a realistic view of what's coming towards you, and you'll get more out of it. You'll stay out of these 8 swords, and stay out of the stress energy. They're bringing a lot of stress energy with them. All right, and it's because of this. It's because this has become powerful. And it's because you're all they can focus on right now. And that applies to newer soulmates you haven't met yet. You know, I talked about that in the Venus and Cancer reading. Your energy is very loud. It's very hard to miss. All right? That's your reading. I hope it was helpful in some way. If you like this reading, please like, share, and subscribe. Appreciate all the subscribers, everybody who shares, and everybody who watches. All right, good luck.